This is Never Down, Never Out with T.R. Matson. This podcast is about discipline when motivation fades, resilience when things get hard, and showing up when quitting would be easier. No hype, no shortcuts, just the mindset required to build something real. One day at a time. Let's get into it. Welcome back. Never down, never out. T.R. Matson coming with you. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully it's beautiful where you're at. Episode 79. We are in the home stretch of this block. And again, I want to go over just to make sure for people that hop in. First 30 days was foundations of mental toughness, and then we transitioned into the block that we're in now, discipline, habits, daily execution. And that's where we're at right now. That'll go through episode 90. And this is episode 79. So discipline is the ultimate advantage. Here comes that word again, right? Like we're back into that word. It's part of it, right? We can't get rid of this discipline word. But again, before I kick it off, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. The support has been amazing. I cannot thank you enough. I'm working on some things, working on some new merchandise, working on some shirts, some hoodies, maybe some beanie hats, maybe baseball hats, something like that. Let me know what you think, what you would like to see. And it's really not, just so I could clear the air on this, it does support the show, right? So it does take time to record these. Time is money, as they say. So it supports the show to buy merchandise, to do things like that, to watch, subscribe, to hype. The other day, my wife was looking through her YouTube and she said, "I can hype your episode." And I was like, I don't even know what that means. So there's some authenticity for you right there. I'm sure hyping this on YouTube is good for the channel, but it's on my to-do list to figure out what the heck that even means. But as far as merchandise goes, yes. I mean, do I make a couple bucks? Sure. The current shirts that are out there, it's the margins. They're print on demand. They're not high margins. But one of the things I'm looking at doing is trying to get better quality merchandise. Not necessarily any more margin, but for the message, honestly. What I'm hearing, and if I'm wrong, please let me know. But what I'm hearing in the comments is that people love the never down, never out message. It resonates. And I know for me, when I find something like that resonates, sometimes I need to wear a shirt or hat or something, to help. So let me know what you might like to see in the future. Right now the plan is maybe just a simple design t-shirt like I have currently on the website, zip up hoodie, maybe a beanie hat, something. So working on that, deep into child baseball season, still working on the airline job, still trying to write slowly. It's painful now. But that's okay because the writing is great and I love having books and that accomplishment, but there's more coming out of this podcast. So I'm trying to focus on that and stay ahead of it. So let's get it. Now that I've wasted 3 minutes of your time babbling, let me waste more of it with babbling on today's topic. So discipline is the ultimate advantage. So when we go through life and we want to accomplish things, whatever that goal is, we're always looking for an advantage. We should look for an advantage because that's what's going to help us achieve our goals, right? Let me use the flight school analogy. We would have people, now it's completely changed now. I mean, I'm talking 20 years plus ago. We would have people that would go get their private pilot's license. It's probably the number one question I get asked: should I have my private pilot's license before I go to the military flight school? And the answer I give is a resounding maybe. It depends, right? Anybody who's been in naval aviation knows that the Top Gun school answer that they love to give is it depends. And in this case, it's the same thing. It depends. It depends on the type of person you are. It depends on the type of training you're going to get. But ultimately, getting an edge, getting some sort of advantage is going to help you achieve your goals. Now, the downside is if that advantage isn't the right advantage, then you run a risk of having to unlearn things. So in the flight school analogy, like we talked about, there were people that went through civilian flight schools that didn't teach necessarily the best, or didn't teach, didn't align with the way the Navy was teaching you how to fly, because why would it? And now you've got to unlearn skills, right? And we tend to be, there's a law of primacy, right? We tend to be very good at what we're taught first. So there is some negative there, but it's still an advantage for the most part. You're comfortable in an airplane. Maybe I would have gotten over my air sickness issues if I had the opportunity. I just didn't have the opportunity. The Navy didn't have the program at the time. And frankly, I didn't have the money at the time to go do it. So I had to sink or swim on my own. I guess that's a poor Navy analogy, poor Navy joke there, but I had to sink or swim on my own. And I just had to do it. Maybe for my personality, that was good. Because typically what I've learned about myself over the years is when push comes to shove, you put my back up against a wall, I'm going to work and I'm going to get it done. I can be lazy. Ask my wife. I could be lazy. I have no problem when I'm tired or when I'm being lazy, sitting on the couch while she's busy doing chores around the house, and it doesn't even faze me. I don't even see it, and then afterwards I'm like, hey, I could put those dishes away, and she'll be like, well, it's done now, thanks. So I have to keep an eye on that. But typically looking for that advantage helps. So when we talk about the ultimate advantage, right? What is the thing that's going to work all of the time, the best? Discipline. There's that dang word again. Man, Todd, like it's all you talk about is discipline. Why do you spend so many episodes talking about discipline? Well, because discipline is what gets things done. There's no pretty way about it, right? We could sit here all we want and we could talk about all the things about how, I want to achieve this greatness or this financial stability or this relationship with my family or whatever it is. We all want the quick switch. I want to be able to walk over to the wall and go, I want to be X. Switch, I'm X. Doesn't happen. And we waste so much energy, so many days of our lives. I wish I could have learned this earlier. So many days of our lives we waste looking for that switch. When in reality, that switch is the dreaded D word, discipline. That switch is putting in the work. There's no easy road. That's not the point of all this, in my opinion. And again, I get to give it because you tuned into me. But in my opinion, there is no easy road. Sure, you have people that inherit, millions of dollars, billions of dollars. Sure, you have people that win the lottery. But at the end of the day, when you peel back the onion on those people, do you think they really feel any more accomplished? No. I mean, maybe the path was easier, right? Maybe there's things that I would like to do that would be easier if I had $1 billion. Of course. Like, it's ridiculous, right? Money doesn't buy happiness. No, but it sure makes things a lot easier, right? So there's two sides of that. But putting in the work. If I had $1 billion, could I make Treason Flight or Vengeance Flight into a movie series? Sure. Would it be as sweet as if putting in the work, it became one? I don't know. Maybe, but I hate to say it, probably not, honestly, because if you look at it at the end of the day, if I forced it into a movie because I just had unlimited funds and could do it, would it be as good of a movie as if it was somebody saw it and went, wow, that'd be like a great series or a great movie. And then they put their heart and soul into developing it and all this. It's just different. So the discipline no matter what you tell yourself, no matter what you're looking for, no matter what you're trying to accomplish, the best thing you can do is just be disciplined. And that's not easy. I'm not sitting here saying it like, hey man, just do the work, just be disciplined. No, it sucks. It sucks. Yesterday, I had a workout I did not want to do, period. It did not. Like, it was just one of those days, my mood wasn't right. I did not want to do a workout. I did the workout. I felt bad after the workout. That was the funny part, right? Normally, we've talked about the rowing before, right? Normally, right after a row, I'm like, yeah, that was worth it. No, I felt worse. I felt worse being disciplined and doing the thing. I felt horrible. I was like, my back hurts. Something's not right. It wasn't it was a hard workout, but it was a short one. And it wasn't enough to really change the mentality, right? I find the longer workouts tend to like get my mind right. This wasn't enough for that. It was just enough to make it hurt. So it just sucked worse, right? But then like 3 or 4 hours later, I looked back on the day and I was like, oh yeah, I did that. I felt pretty good. So again, the only way to accomplish what you want to accomplish is to put in the work, to be disciplined, to look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself about what you're trying to accomplish and whether you're actually making points and movement forward, or if you're just BSing yourself. If you're just feeding garbage like, oh yeah, I'm doing great. I mean, it's great. Look at all that. It's great. I'm doing great. Everything's fine. But you look in the mirror and you know it's not great. You know something's off, right? Something's not right. That's the issue. Get back to work. Get back to work. We're about to be done with March. The first quarter of 2026 is over. It's time to take a good hard look at yourself and go, hey, am I working and getting the things done that I want to do? Am I on a path to success? Or is this just the same old me, full of excuses and low on discipline? It's hard. It's hard to be honest with ourselves on that, but it's the only way forward. So today, tell me about your advantage. What do you do that you consider discipline on the regular that is your cheat code to success? As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of this, and we'll talk tomorrow. If this episode helped you, don't just listen, apply it. Progress is built in what you do after the message ends. Remember, never down, never out. I'll see you tomorrow.